But for our exhortation, I'd like to tie together a couple of thoughts from Ephesians chapter 4, kind of in the middle of the epistle that we just read together and we've been studying in this Bible class over the past month or so. And contrasting two different ways that we could walk. The first is the way that Paul, the prisoner of the Lord, is exhorting us, since we have these blessings in Christ and this glorified position in Christ, we're called to walk a certain way in Ephesians 4, verse 1. He says, I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you to walk worthy of the calling with which you are called. And really, the rest of Ephesians is a description of what it looks like to walk worthy of that calling. And we've looked at some of those details already. But there's another way to walk. There's an alternative. We have a choice. We don't have to walk worthy of the upward call that leads to heaven. The other way to walk, he talks about in verse 17 of this same chapter, where he says, This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that you should not walk as the rest of the Gentiles walk, in the futility of their mind, having their understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God, because of the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart, who being past feeling have given themselves over to lewdness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. It's hard to imagine a deeper or more stark contrast between two ways of life, which really is what we're talking about when we're talking about how we should walk. It's not how wide your steps should be or what shoes you are wearing. It is our conduct of life that constitutes our walk. It is either a walk that's worthy of the calling that we have in Jesus Christ. The alternative is to walk as the world walks. And the ugly picture that he gives there with those words, it requires a being alienated from the life of God and a blind heart to hard-headedly walk away from God, who loves all mankind as much as he does and has given so much to call us to that heavenly walk, which leads to that place of complete forgiveness, mercy, and fellowship with God in heaven. So that's the choice that every human being is making, whether they realize it or not. But since Christians are not blinded and do know, it's a much more serious choice that we're making.